Hey, I'm Michael. I'm one of the pastors here at Canvas, and just kind of a quick little testimony about tithing for me is it was always something I was taught as a kid growing up. Whether I was in church, they passed the offering thing around with the kids' church, or from my parents. It's just something that I always knew to do. So for us, for Callan and I, tithing was just something that we always have done. When we got a paycheck, we tithed 10% back. That's just something that we did. Once I arrived here at Canvas, a little over 5 years ago, Stan set the expectation for the staff that if we're staff here, that we always tithe 10% back to Canvas. So that's something that I've always done. Religiously gave back to the church 10%. However, this summer, Callan and I made a commitment in July to help pay for one of our students to go to CIY Move. CIY usually costs around $300 for each student to go. And Callan and I made that promise that we would help send one of the students to CIY Move through us personally. So later this summer, when it came to write that check at the end of July, Callan and I had just gotten back from vacation. And like many people, we had spent probably a little too much money on vacation. And it was just at the end of the month where we were counting down the days to our next paycheck. And we really didn't have the $300 to give. And Callan and I talked about it that Saturday night. And I said, Callan, we made a promise, we need to do it. So Sunday morning, I was in my office and I reluctantly wrote a check that day for $300 to help pay for one of the students to go to CIY Move, knowing that the next few days that we would be eating beanie weenies for the next couple of days because we knew we didn't have much money left for the rest of the month. When I got home that afternoon, Callan said, "You'll never believe what happened." And I said, "What?" And she said, "Well, a lady in the church came up to me after one of our services and said, hey, for whatever reason, God has blessed me with some money, some extra money from my job this week, and God just laid it on my heart to give you $200 this week and just tell you that I love you. I don't know why he wanted me to do that, but I just knew that he wanted me to give you and Pedro $200. And so I immediately looked at Callan, and we just kind of started crying. Just the amazing part of when you are faithful with your gifts to God, that he is faithful to you. Stan always says you can't outgive God. And we learned that lesson this summer in July, helping a student go to CIY Move.